Hello, everyone. Welcome to a new episode of Hassan Talks podcast. This episode comes as part of the series that Sudanese creators. Again, we're giving platforms for all the Sudanese out there who are doing something very special, doing something very unique, and trying to bring a very creative idea to social media. And today, one of these people is Mohamed Osman, all the way from Sudan. Mohamed is a brilliant guy who came with a brilliant idea that's creating a specific Instagram account for the Nubian languages, where he shares the phrases and the words he knows as Nubian, and gives everybody a chance also to get familiar with these Nubian languages that they are kind of dying, and we are not really getting to know our own culture, our own tradition, our own heritage, and we're losing that. So Mohammed is doing all of that. So today he's here on the podcast to tell his story. I couldn't be happier that he agreed to be part of this. And Mohammed, welcome to Hassan Talks podcast.
Thank you so much, Hassan, for the introduction. Hello, everyone. My name is Mohamed Osman. I'm 22 years old and I'm a business finance graduate. I live in Abu Dhabi, but I'm currently in Sudan. And yeah, that's it.
Oh, there's more than this, I'm sure. Mohammed, let's get right into the Instagram account that you created for Nubian languages. What made you start that account? What came to your mind to say, I need to make a specific Instagram account to talk about these dying languages? That's actually, as we said in the introduction, that's part of our culture, but nobody really knows. Like, as I'm Mahasi, and I don't know much about the vocabularies except the words that you posted actually on your account. So why did you start this in the first place?
So since I was young, I'm Dongolawi. So and my family members, my dad's side, they speak Dongolawis, and I've been listening to the language, but it was just known to me as, okay, it's Rotana. Like I actually never knew what Rotana is. It's just okay, they speak a different language. And I was, to be honest, I feel like my family members, they were supposed to tell us more about the Nubian language and all the details about it, but they never did. That's why maybe we were not curious to know what it is. Until back in 2018, I love listening to old music and I love Al-Balabil. So I came across one of their songs. It's a Nubian language. It's a Nubian song. It's called Dunya Ashriya. So I listened to the song. I loved it. And then I wanted to know the meaning of the words. And when I knew the meaning, I was just so impressed by the song and by the Nubian language itself. So I asked my dad about it, and then he told me about the language and where it came from and who speaks it. And the first thing I thought of is opening a page, whether on Instagram or Twitter, so that people would know more about it, because it's a whole language. It's not just a Rotana that we listened or that we've been listening to from our family members or from Haboba. It's a proper language. There's so much more to know about the Nubian language.
Yeah, true. True. There's so much to know, and of course, to be honest, I thought it was just a dialect, or as you said, it's just Rotana, but apparently it's not.
Yeah. So and back then I didn't know a single word, nothing at all when I first started the page. I have my friend, she speaks Mahasi. And she used to help me with the Mahasi and Halbawi words because they're both the same. And my dad helped me with the Dongolawi words. And then I started to post slowly, and until I'm still learning. Now I understand the language, but I can't speak fluently. But maybe this is why I'm not very active on the page. Like, I post once every 2 weeks or once a week, but hopefully my plan for 2021 to learn it and speak fluently, inshallah.
Inshallah. That's an amazing start. So it started all with a song that you liked,
Yeah.
and it made you then reach this. This is actually very brilliant. So it started with art that made you again make something that's also for me. I see it as artistic because it's a language at the end of the day. But
Yeah.
you are Dongolawi and you're making the account for all the Nubian languages. So I appreciate you for that. You did not just make it for your people. So that's nice. That's very nice as well. And I know I was supposed to say this in the beginning of the episode. I was memorizing it, but I forgot, which is Seren Agmando.
Tirinagmindo. Yeah.
Yeah, Agmando. Okay.
It's like saying hi in Dongolawi to a group of people. Sirinagmi is to one person. Sirinagmindo is to a group of people. It's like Salam alaikum.
Okay, so we can say Seren Agmando to the people who are listening to this. Can you say it because your pronunciation is better?
Sirinagmindo. Yeah.
Nice.
It's like Salam alaikum to all of you.
Yeah. Okay. All right. And what's the one for Mahasi?
Mahas is Hikir Fijlo.
Oh, that's difficult. I'm gonna switch to the Dongolawi. I'm gonna stick with you guys.
No, when you actually start listening to all the dialects, you will notice that the Mahasi is the easiest one.
Oh, really?
It's so easy to Mahasi. Yeah. Dongolawi is not easy at all. Like maybe Sirinagmi is the only easy word. The words not easy.
Interesting.
But Mahasi, yeah.
Wow, that's weird. That's weird. Okay, so now I want to move to the next question, which is how many Nubian languages are there? I have an idea. I'm gonna guess. Are they 5?
In total, yes, they are 5. I'm not very sure if they're 5, but the ones I know, because في the Nubians اللي هم الحلفاويين ومحس ودناقلة وكنوز والفديكة, and then there's the tribes in Western Sudan, جبال النوبة. They also have their own language, but I mean their own dialect, but I don't know the details about them because I still haven't met anyone who speaks or someone from جبال النوبة. So it's different dialects. The two main ones are the one of them, the Danagla and the Kunuz, they speak it. And Kunuz, they're in southern Egypt, and the other one, the Halfawi and Mahas and Fadika. Fadika, southern Egypt, and Mahas Halfawi in northern Sudan. Okay. So these are the ones I know, or the ones I'm learning. But the ones in Jibal al-Nuba, I'm still not familiar with them.
Okay. So there's like always more to discover about this. It's not just what we think we know.
Yeah.
Wow.
As I was saying, the Dongolawi, so Danagla and Kunus, they speak the same dialect. The Mahas and Halfawin and Fadika, they speak the same, but there's a couple of words that are different. For example, Mahas, they say Hikirfi, which is how are you. Halfawin, they say Sikirfi. So it's just some letters here and there that are different, but in general, they understand each other and they speak the same dialect.
Okay. And I can say that you're trying to be fluent in Dongolawi. Yeah. That's your goal.
In Dongolawi, Halfawi, and Mahasi. In 3 of them. Mm-hmm. And to be honest, I'm Dongolawi, yes, but I love the Mahasi dialect so much more because it's easy.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
And most of the very well-known Nubian songs, for example, Mohamed Wardi's and Al-Balabil, they're both Halfawi. And as I said, Halfawi and Mahasi are the same. So let's say I love the music more than the language itself. Like the music made me love the language more. So maybe this is why I love the Mahasi side more than but I love the Dongolawi as well. It's just that maybe there isn't many Dongolawi songs. Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, the music makes you love one over another, but at the end, as you said, there are a lot of similarities between them. So
yeah,
they have more in common with each other, more of course than the Arabic language or any other African language for sure, the Nubian language.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Um, I think with the Nubian language, it's just that people don't know about it. Like, I was so impressed by, first of all, the fact that it's a language by itself was so impressive to me, because I thought it was just a dialect, or it's just something made up by our ancestors, like Banagla or Halfawi. But it's a language, and it has its own letters people don't know about, and it's a language by itself. So
Yeah,
we just need to learn more about. And I feel like now, like young adults like us, we need to ask the old generations, because most of us now, we don't know the language. Like maybe 20% of people at our age, they speak the language, but other than that, they don't. And maybe it might fade away. So I think we need to ask, and we need to learn. We need to keep it alive, let's say.
yeah. Actually, that's very true. Like I'm Mahasi, as I said, but I did not learn anything regarding the language from my father, Allah yarhamah, because he did not speak it very well. I think he knew like few phrases or words, but like the language stopped from the generation of my grandfather, so it did not pass to my father, and
Yeah,
and it's like there is one extra generation that lost the language, and then there is our generation, and the idea of
yeah,
trying to make an effort to save it, it's not easy for sure, but I do believe it's very important, because at the end of the day it's something very cultural, very traditional, and it's been there, these languages been there way before the Arabic languages, like it goes back centuries and centuries.
yeah. It's a very old language, and as I was saying, the generation before us, some of them, or let's say most of them, they speak Nubian, and some others, they only understand the language, and I feel like they don't. Most of them, they don't really tell their kids about the language, or they don't teach the language to their kids. So I feel like the upcoming generations, they will either just understand it or not speak it, which is going to be a problem, because people our age, like as I was saying, me for example, I only understand, but I don't speak it, and it won't be easy for me to learn it, unless, one of my plans is to go to Halfa and sit there for a good 2 months or 3 months to actually learn it from the people there, because that's the best way to learn it.
Of course.
I feel like people should take, especially the ones who have family members who speak Nubian. I feel like they need to take advantage of this. They need to learn it, and keep it alive. And it's easy. It's not that difficult. It's so easy, and it's fun to learn it, because at the end of the day, when I listen to Nubian songs now, or like when I sit with people who speak the language, it's like you just get a different. It's like it's your thing. It's like it's your, because it's not like Arabic or English. It's just different.
Unique.
When you learn,
It's very unique.
yeah, it's very unique, and you feel like it's like your thing. It's like your language. It's
Well, that's a nice goal. That's a
I,
nice goal to have. So when if you get to go to Halfa or Dungula or somewhere where it's spoken by the people, I think, yeah, of course, that's a a bit the best way to learn any language, especially a language like this, which is very local. So even those people are very proud of it. They speak it because they know outside that city or outside that town, nobody understands them, so it's theirs. And by the way, like when you get to travel around the world, you see actually people around the world. True, it's people speak English everywhere, but people are also very proud of their own local languages, and they try to keep it, and preserve it. And I see this here in Spain. So, like the people of Catalonia, for example, like East Spain, they are so proud of their language, although like it might be not the nicest one to hear. Also, when you go to the north, we have the people of Basque countries. Also, they have their own very aggressive version of Spanish, and same when it goes south or west. And I do believe, of course, in Sudan we have the uniqueness of these very mixed, diverse cultures. I do remember one time here I was meeting a couple of friends. One of them was German, and he asked me, "Where are you from?" I told him I'm Sudanese. So, oh, you are from Nuba. I thought, first of all, I'm actually surprised that you know about Nuba because so many people don't even know about Sudan. So I said, "Oh, you're from Nuba.
Yeah.
You're from Kingdom of Kush." I said, "Man, I'm just happy. Like this made my day, you know." And yeah, so I think like what you're doing on Instagram is actually fun, as you said. Like listening to music is fun, but for us, for the viewers, this is actually very fun. It's something very simple. You scroll down, you say a phrase, like the one we mentioned in the beginning that I forgot about again, or like something like Seringundo or like Herrogo,
Yeah, here we go.
Herrogo, Ma salama or goodbye.
Yeah,
And
it
then
means goodbye.
yeah, and just you just get to learn it like this, you know. So, oh, that's nice. I just learned something new like by scrolling down Instagram, and something uh, that I should be proud of because I'm from that part of the world, you know. So I'm encouraging this ideas, you know. I'm encouraging this kind of uh, creative work on social media because we're seeing this repetitive, boring kind of challenges or pages, which is okay to have fun. That's normal. But when
Yeah.
you're creative, when you set yourself self different, it's very special. And I hope you can like keep going on this. I'm just like encouraging you to never stop, man.
Thank you so much. And I feel like people only now, or let's say after the revolution, Sudanese people they started to look back at Sudan and they started to love Sudan more, and especially the ones who live abroad. They want to know more about Sudan and more about the languages in Sudan. And I remember a couple of months ago, I I got a DM from a girl. She said she wants to open a page. It's about the Beria language, which is spoken by the Zaghawa in Sudan. And I was so happy that she, after seeing my page, she thought of starting her own page now. And it's on Instagram. It's called Zaghawa language. And I was impressed too that there's actually so many different languages in Sudan that people don't know about. They just, or they know that, oh yeah, let's say this tribe has a language, but they don't know what the language is. They don't know any details about it. People seeing this podcast, if you speak any unique language, let open a page, a YouTube channel, anything, but let teach people because we need to know, we need to learn, we need to speak these languages because I feel like they'll just fade away by time.
Well, hopefully they don't. Hopefully they don't. And I hopefully like social
Yeah.
media is a way to kind of preserve this kind of special languages or culture or traditions as well. But, we always make fun of using TikTok or using Instagram, but there's always these parts. There's people who are creative, and there are people who are just browsing, never post anything, or the people post repetitive stuff. That's the cycle of it. That's quite normal. But I think, as you said, yeah, the revolution in Sudan had a huge impact on everyone out there. Everybody finally felt okay. I'm so proud to be part of that nation. It's a chance for us to get to learn about our country even more because the history there is not really taught in the best way possible. So many things are ignored, so many stories are not really told, and everyone now is like feels the responsibility to dig deeper and get to know more about our own culture before we start spreading it to other people. So like I don't know how was the revolution connected to your page. I think you started before the revolution or during the revolution, no?
Yeah, I started in 2018 October, but I was not very active. During the revolution, there was I used to get DMs, people asking about the translation of words like "tasgud this," like how do you say it in Nubian, and I used to post some words or like some chants that people used to say, like I'd translate them and post them again. So, and I remember there was a video of it was in the Qiyada, and it was a group of Nubian people. They were singing a song. It's called the Nogona,
Mhm.
and I think in that same week I got so many DMs about like what is this song, the translation. So I translated it to them, and I feel like the Qiyada itself, it was also a place where people just knew more about Sudan, not only about the revolution. It was a big part of so many Nubians knowing about their culture. It's like they wanted to know more about Sudan and about the Nubian language and about everything, not only about the revolution itself.
Yeah. The revolution was, I think I've said this before. It was like this trailer of the future of Sudan that we are all hoping for. You know, the when you get inside
Hmm.
the Qiyada al-Amma and you see how the young people are talking and how they're singing and how they're very encouraged, although they know like the danger or the dangerous place they put themselves in, despite
Yeah,
every old person telling them this is crazy, don't do this, why are you trying to change, this is ridiculous. But no, they started a revolution, which everybody says it's a revolution of mentality, of mindset, before it's a revolution of changing the political scene. And yeah, it had a huge impact on of course on the culture and tradition, like the language is part of it. And that's what I hope for, because I know the political scene in Sudan is not very good, and I think that's
mm,
quite normal after the revolution. Nothing gets perfect immediately, but what matters is like this culture that the revolution created, which is people trying to promote for Sudan in a better way, and we put ourselves out there by the content online or in events or wherever. I hope that continues, despite whatever happens in the country. I hope that continues, because that really matters. And you see the impact of this when you go outside Sudan, actually. Maybe inside, when people are like so overwhelmed by by
yeah,
the prices and the economical situation, you don't get to see
yeah,
what's the name of Sudan is happening outside. People are now really care about Sudan more than before.
exactly. And yeah, I think people living in Sudan, they're so overwhelmed. Like I came to Sudan a couple of months ago. It's a long. I graduated and I came to stay here for a while. And yeah, I think what what's happening in Sudan, it just makes people not hate Sudan but hate living in Sudan. So they I feel like some people even completely forgot about the revolution. Like they're just so, and I don't blame them because it's getting worse. Like this, there's so many issues going on. Like the gas, the the currency is just like today. It's the dollar is 408 pounds. So everything is just getting worse, and everyone is in their own zone, just
Yeah.
trying to survive. But I hope things get better. I hope people outside Sudan they help by any way, just any way possible.
Mm.
Um, because things are getting worse.
Yeah.
Let's just hope, yeah, that they things get fixed as soon as possible.
We all hope so. We all hope so. Of course, we're watching the situation from outside. It's not really comfortable to see, and but again, what happened in 2019, it gives that hope. Like if the people were able to do that, then they can get out of any situation. Hopefully, let's not get very negative and dark in this episode. We're talking
Yeah,
about Sudanese creators, and
yeah.
it's been an interesting talk with you, Muhammad. I want to finalize by asking you one favor, if you can. Can you please
Mm-hmm.
say the numbers from 1 to 10 in any of the Nubian languages?
1 to 10. Um, I might say some of them wrong because I can't remember them properly, but uh, they're very similar, like the Dongolawi, Mahasan, Fafawi.
Mhm.
But I'm gonna say them in Dongolawi, let's say. Werri, Owi, Tuski, Kemis, Dij. I forgot six. Then Koloda. Yeah, I forgot the three others.
Okay,
Uh,
let's start. Let's start. Werri,
Werri,
Owo,
O, Owo,
Tusco,
Ed, You know them?
No, I'm following your page now.
Oh, that's good.
Kimso,
Kimso,
Dija,
Dija,
Gurjo,
Gurjo. Yeah, Gurjo.
that's 6. And then Koloda,
Koloda. Yeah.
Edo,
Edwo.
Edwo, okay.
Yeah.
Skoda,
Skoda.
that's type of car. Okay, no problem. And the last one is Demi.
Demin. Yeah.
Demin. Okay. Well, not bad. I get my first lesson.
Yeah, but yeah, it's all about the pronunciation. Like, there's some letters in Nubian, like da. Let's say they pronounce it da. They like it's not just da. It's da. Do you see the difference?
Da.
Da.
Okay.
Yeah, there's a couple of for example, I'll think of an example and then I'm gonna mention it sometime. But yeah, so if for the people who want to learn the language, it's easy. It's not difficult. If you're in Sudan, you can go to the Nubian Cultural Center. I think it's in Khartoum, Lebanon. They have lessons, Nubian lessons there. I'm planning on starting a Nubian classes through Zoom. One of my friends, her mom's she's planning on teaching. If you live in the UK, I think in the Sudanese Cultural Club also there's lessons. It's if you have time, learn it, because if you're Nubian, I feel like it's important.
Well, I'm trying to.
Inshallah, hopefully sometime soon I'll post about the Zoom classes.
So yeah, I think everybody who's listening to this episode, I'll ask you right now to go to Instagram, to go to nubian.language and follow that amazing page, and also wait patiently for the online classes or the Zoom classes that's going to be done by Mohamed Osman, inshallah. And it's going to be very interesting. And meanwhile, to prepare yourself for those classes, just go through the page, scroll down, try to learn the numbers that we've said today, and say hi, how to say goodbye. And the nice thing, like everything is on the page is nice words so far. There's no curses. Usually people start by learning the bad words, but no, let's keep it clean. Unless like maybe on the class, maybe Muhammad is gonna teach you something different. So that's up to him.
I promise I won't.
Well, okay, let's see. We will see. Okay, and with that, I just want to finalize this episode. So, Mohamed, thank you so much for jumping on Hassan Talks podcast.
You're most welcome, and thank you for inviting me to your podcast. And I hope people liked it and learned the language. It's easy. There's always a way to learn it.
Yeah.
Maybe through my page, like you guys will just know some words because I don't post sentences, but I hope you guys like the page, and I hope you guys find a way to learn the language and know more about it. And thank you so much again.
You're most welcome, Mohamed. And as we've been talking today, this episode comes as part of Sudanese Creator Series. This is the 4th episode on the series, and it's the 27th episode on the podcast so far. So go check the rest of the series. Go check the rest of Hassan Talks episodes, either on YouTube or Spotify or Google or Apple Podcasts, depending where you listen. And for now, I would ask you, of course, to follow the podcast, subscribe if this is your first time. And I hope everybody's safe. Everybody is doing well. This is Hassan Talks podcast. Stay tuned. Peace out.